I'm Ryan Bertrand. You're watching The Ugly Inside.
Welcome back to our end of season reviews, moving forward into our midfielders now, and a player that's really, for me, has been the most improved player this season. And we're here to talk about James Ward-Prowse with Ruben ex-Saint, and Ewan has been us for most of this day already. But Ruben, we've been speaking off camera, and you're not entirely convinced by James Ward-Prowse's season so far, have you?
Well, in all fairness, he's not been a regular starter, which isn't his fault, obviously. I think the manager's having a hard time finding when he's got the players available, who do you leave out? And unfortunately, it's been Ward-Prowse quite a few matches. I know he's done well internationally, he got his first cap. But obviously the manager sees things that we don't see in everyday training, and he makes a decision on what team he picks. And I think I've probably been a little bit disappointed with the quality that he's given when he's been on the pitch. For somebody whose credentials are dead ball specialist, etc., etc. Whether or not he's been allowed to actually take the free kicks, but he hasn't really brought a lot to the party for me this season. I'm here to be shot down.
Ewan, I mean, Ruben touched upon there his ability on a dead ball, corners, free kicks. I think we've become too dependent on his ability for that.
Yes, I don't think there's enough people in the team that can take a corner nowadays or a decent free kick. It's shocking. Tadic sometimes doesn't meet a lot of the time doesn't meet the first man or goes shooting over the other side of the pitch. So, but you shouldn't be in the team just because you can take free kicks and corners. And Ward-Prowse is very good. He puts a great delivery. He's only scored from one free kick in his whole Southampton career, which I think maybe needs to improve on a bit. But I do think he has improved, as you said, a lot this year. Been our most improved player over the whole season. And I think there's more to come. People forget he's 22, so he's younger than Jack Stevens, and he's played over 100 Premier League games. So I think that there's a lot more to come, and maybe if he can add. He's been played a bit further forward this year, especially he played on the right of the three at Watford, and he played really well that game. Maybe if he pushes forward a bit more, if he's allowed to by the manager, he'll be able to get more goals and more assists. But overall, I think it's been a good season for him.
I think the important thing as well, James Ward-Prowse has the ability, the versatility to play all across that attacking three, left, right, middle. But we're going to go to a comment now from Dan, who sent in a little video.
As another player who will want to be on that plane will be James Ward-Prowse, who also made his debut on the same game actually as Redmond. They've been together through the ranks in the England setup, and only since the summer have been together with club and country. He's had his best season in a Saints shirt, 4 goals and a good few assists from the central midfield position. Actually, not even central midfield, he's played as a right midfielder for quite a lot of the time, and he's really grown there. That looks to be his best position now, and that's credit to Puel for finding that. This season was a make or break for him. After just scoring twice last season and making a few cameo appearances, he really needed to prove that he was going to be a good player for Southampton, and he has proved that, and next season will be even better, I believe.
So, yeah, one to watch really for James Ward-Prowse. It was either make or break. And
in all fairness, I've forgotten how young he was. Showing my age, he has got a long time ahead of him to develop, and like you say, given I think it's been difficult for the manager this year. There's a few players that, like the one that was injured when we brought him, Buffal, yeah, who's only now been given a regular sort of start. And I think players need to be given like you win the next 10 games, just go and play. You're going from one game, it's a lot of pressure trying to do what the manager wants, but trying to show what you've got. It's a sort of catch-22. You want to try things, but you don't want to try things and the manager be upset with you and leave you out next time. So it's difficult for a player to just come on and from the bench and do this and do that. He needs to start and get every game for 5-6 matches, so he's used to the players and they're used to him. It's a double-edged sword, really.
And Dan mentions there that he wants to be on that plane next year for the Russia World Cup, and Nathan Redmond alongside him, gone through the England ranks, and Redmond and Ward-Prowse moving forward could be very important to our starting 11 next season.
100%. I personally would like to see James Ward-Prowse be a future captain for the club. We talk about Matthew Cisier, that sort of one club man, which you don't see a lot of the time nowadays. I kind of don't want Ward-Prowse to improve as much to where he gets to a point where we're selling him and the big clubs want him. But I think he could go that far. I think him and Redmond, especially next season, are going to be two of the first team names on the team sheet. I'd like to see that anyway, especially because they're English. He's a local lad, Ward-Prowse, converted.
It's another thing that you tend to forget about the sort of stipulation on how many home players you're allowed in a squad or a team.
Yeah.
Squad, is it 6? Is it
8, I think. Yeah.
Okay, on to our second comment then, coming in from Jake Hughes from the St Mary's Museum.
And I also think James Ward-Prowse has had his best season for Southampton, and I've never been a particular fan of his, which is it's ironic because I believe I've heard more fans moan about Ward-Prowse this season than I have before. But yeah, I think he's had an alright season by his standards.
So by Jake's standards, if any of you have seen the Oriol Romeu video, check that out already. But Jake, it's been a brilliant season for Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, not sure how quite that goes with his Oriol Romeu comparison, but no, I agree with him. I think Ward-Prowse has had his best season for us, as you'd expect with him getting older, maturing, learning when and not to pass the ball. I always thought of him as a bit of a Tom Cleverley type player where he didn't maybe defend that much and he didn't attack as much. I think he's really come into his own this season.
Okay, in summary then, Ruben, Ward-Prowse's season out of 10, mate.
I'm going to go for a 7. I think, like we both all said, that there's more to come from Ward-Prowse. We haven't seen the best of him. I hope we haven't seen the best of him. And maybe given a more prominent role next season, he can show us what he's got.
Yeah. His best goal tally, got in the England squad, and now he's playing week in, week out, which he's wanted, and he's only 22. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to sit just below that. I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10. I think if he hasn't been given a complete run in the starting 11, I think he can easily be pushing for potential for player of the season. Certainly, he's got the potential, and I think next season it's going to be a big season for him. But I think Claude or whoever is in charge, Ward-Prowse needs to be an important figure in that team. But those are our reviews for James Ward-Prowse. Leave us your comments in below, leave us your likes, and subscribe for more.